When I first got into design, I started with posters and I loved making them and also printing them once in a while. For me, it's always the reference that needs to be something that I absolutely love so I can have like a very strong base and I can eventually build on it. And when I was doing a poster a day challenge, my aim was that before sleeping, I need to post a poster on Instagram no matter what happens. So I kind of understood that the idea that how you research and create your mood board is the most important part of the process. So today I want to start by showcasing an artwork that I made called Dunyadari and how I actually got to the final poster from my initial references. And then after that, we'll actually sit down and make our own poster from scratch. We will start by making a mood board, and then after that, we'll be taking that mood board and actually stealing like an artist and making something of our own. And on the last part, we'll be talking about how to finalize the poster and how to use it to post it online and make amazing content out of it that justifies the hard work that you have put into your work. So recently I was scrolling through Pinterest and I found these two posters. And I was immediately inspired and I wanted to create a version of my own. In this one, I loved the colors and the weird black and white shapes that were like glitching on top. And at the same time, they paired it up with these black and white boxes. And I loved how everything came together beautifully. In the second one, I loved the layout of it, like how things were structured, and the fact that there was this beautiful globe in the middle which had this beautiful Arabic typography, which was paired up with these big blocks of Arabic type. I wanted to take what I loved about them and reinterpret those ideas into my own style. And to be honest, I really don't know what my style is, but I ended up making this. So the title of this artwork is Dunyadari, which means worldly affairs. As you can see, I took the same colors from the first poster. Even the box, the way they had their text written, I loved it. I took that exactly. I really like this idea of having the globe thing, but what I thought that I could actually make a globe in Illustrator and I could map the Urdu text on top of it. Once I did that, I had like a very nice structure to it, and then I wanted to like create like a big scene out of it where it looks like this is part of a world stage, and I just took a image of the stadium and it all came together. Okay, so let's start making our poster from scratch. And I was really thinking about what should the poster be about, and I immediately had an idea just because I'm launching 2 boot camps that are happening at the end of January. So I thought we could make something that could be about it, but also it should look like an art piece at the same time. So let's start with the mood board, and I need to just look and find beautiful posters. And usually when I start, I just search like poster design and I take it from there. And right now I'm just gonna go around and look for nice posters, and I think this looks beautiful. So I'll just write here Vision 2025 and create board. I just add this on board. So usually when I'm making a mood board, the main thing is that, okay, do I like the colors here, or do I like the layout, the typography, or just, like even the effect on the image, like for example this, I love how it's blue and like the colors are just amazing, and like the orange text on top, and even the variation of the same thing, it looks like a receipt. This looks amazing too. So I think we have quite a few references over here, but I want to, I think, start off with something like this, right? This looks pretty cool, and we can see how we can take it from there. So let's copy this image, let's go to Photoshop, let's make a new document, and every time I'm making something, for example, this is like an A1 size, 23.4 inches width, and the height is 33.1. The resolution is 300, so it's amazing for print quality, and we can create it. Okay, and let's just paste it over here. Let's make it a full screen, and perfect. So let's just start with the type at first and see. Let's just take it from there. Now for the colors, I think I really like the blue poster, right? So what I'll do is I'll just copy image. Let's paste it here, and let's make a new layer. Let's add this. Okay, amazing. So already I feel like we are on an amazing start. Smart object, and I'm actually gonna add a color overlay on it, which can be maybe like this neon green. Okay, amazing, beautiful. So this already looks amazing. Let's see how it looks behind the text. Now it looks good on top. Okay, and what we can do is, if we add like, what if this was red? Okay, this looks interesting, but I think the blue looks better. Okay, thanks to this reference, what I can do right now is, I feel like having a main character somewhere over here. Like you can see, this looks pretty solid, right? And we can have like more information. This could be like a poster itself. Like this already looks amazing. So let's just hide this for now and find like our thing. This looks interesting. Let's try to remove the background. I hope it does a good job. Okay, this has a very interesting vibe to it, I'm not gonna lie. I want to see how we can use it for our like, yeah, like this looks interesting, right? So I think we can do something similar to like what we are aiming. The portrait looks very powerful. Maybe we can have something else. So let's just find like a better image that can kind of go there. Wow, thanks to whoever this person is. Thank you, appreciate it that you've made such an amazing image. Okay, so this image looks pretty cool. Let's click on downloading it. Let's wait for it to download. Amazing. And let's bring this over here. And okay, I don't think I want the plate, but I do like all the hands coming in like this. So thanks to like stock photography, you can find a lot of cool things. So let's just try to select subject and see if we can remove most of the background, if not all of it. Okay, this looks amazing. And let's just disable it for some time and see. Okay, okay, and now let's try to add the same effect and see how it looks like this. Maybe it works, maybe it doesn't, but let's do lightness can be this and saturation can be this. Okay, this looks very interesting. I like how this is coming along. Now I really don't like the vision text at the back, so we'll come back to that later. So this looks good. I really want like a bottom strip over here. So let's find like a nice, see if we have something for our references. And I think a lot of posters have like this text, which basically acts as more of a design element, less of something that has information. Like over here, you can't really read this, but it just adds like such nice structure to the whole thing. So let's just copy this. And what I'll do is I'll just cut off this specific strip, place this at the bottom and see how it fits. And what I can do is just play around with this to see, okay, how is it looking? So you can see that right now, before even writing the text and thinking about that part, I'm just literally taking a screenshot of a different poster and putting it all together to see what is the feeling that we're getting. And right now it looks good. I think it's just taking too much space. What if I remove this and remove this? Now this looks beautiful. I think we can rethink the typography now, because the focal point, which is this image right now, I think the problem that I'm facing right now is that the text right now is taking so much from the image itself, which is not fair. I think the image itself looks beautiful. So right now we don't have anything that, so we were going with something like this, right? So this doesn't work. We can find something else that can work and help us like structure it. And we know what the text is, and let's see if we can have something minimal, something like this, and see how that works, right? See, now this looks beautiful. It looks very simple, but at the same time it's very powerful. So I think we can have something like this. I think I can write Vision 2025 in English, like just very small, and it can be paired up with like this big piece of like Urdu type, and we can see how that looks. Yeah, I think that can work. So we don't really need to do much here. So let's just bring it here and see how that looks. Okay, this looks pretty nice, pretty solid. Okay, interesting. So this is how our poster looks like. I do think we have some space. Okay, so right now it does feel like we can add like a few more things. I mean, that is a very personal observation, to be honest. I want to add a few things, which is actually just one thing, which is this text box, which will come over here. And this kind of balances out the frame. And now, while I look at this, I kind of had a feeling like, what if I change the background color? And I experimented with a few colors, and I realized that red is just a game changer. And I feel like this is our final poster. And now I want to take this to see how will it go on the internet. But I think it's very beautiful to see that what our references were and how we came to this. And it's not about like following your mood board or following your references. I feel like the main thing is to really just have a starting point and just evolve along the way and really trust your likenesses. And I think this looks beautiful. And now we'll take this and see how we can actually structure it to post it on Instagram or LinkedIn or whatever. And right now I'm just going with 1080p pixels wide and 1350 is the height of this artboard. And I think this looks good. Obviously we don't have this layer coming in over here, which is fine, but I think just because the color is red, so we can duplicate this, bring this over here and just mask this so it looks like this. So I recently got this mock-up from Bendito. They have just absolutely amazing mock-ups, and some of them are free also. I like mock-ups which have like a very nice fold to it or something like that. So it has, it doesn't look, because most of the mock-ups just look very unrealistic sometimes. That really annoys me. It looks amazing. Let's see how it looks on the mock-up. Ooh, very nice. Very beautiful, and it does look like a newspaper also. Interesting. I think this looks absolutely amazing. I wouldn't change anything else, and what I can do is just take this, Ctrl J, Ctrl E, Ctrl C, and bring it to my Instagram artboard. So yeah guys, this is our final poster. I think this looks absolutely amazing. I'm really happy how it turned out. And yeah, so the idea is we take our inspiration and we just experiment, and we can still make something fun and beautiful. And yeah. Okay, so I know I just finished the video because I got really excited about just finishing the poster. But the main thing that I want to talk about after this was that how do you take your poster and actually put it on the internet respectfully? Because I feel like there's so much art and a lot of like content on the internet that if you spend like hours or days making something, if people don't use Instagram on that specific day, they probably would never see it again in this, tsunami of content that's over there. So what I usually do is I think of Instagram as just like one avenue. So we did post this on Instagram yesterday, but let me show you something that I usually do also. So these are some of my old projects, but I think one thing is that if you make something, I try to like create a series around it so I can have a collection that I can post it on Behance or somewhere like that, right? And even when I did a 30-day poster challenge or like a poster a day challenge, whatever that was, so what I did was that I took all the posters that had like a very Pakistani theme to it, and I made like a collection out of it so I can have that on Behance. And sometimes people just post the whole collection, but it's like it's up to you how you want to take it. And for example, I did this collaboration with Talal Qureshi, so I made 3 posters, and because I wanted to have like a collection out of it rather than just one poster. So think of every poster like a Behance project and like how you can do it. And when it comes to like Instagram, right, I realized one thing, obviously now that I'm doing a lot of YouTube also, is the fact that having like recording everything is very helpful, so you can use that in different places. But yeah, I hope you guys really enjoyed the video, and I'll see you next Monday. And if you guys have any suggestions in terms of what you guys want to see, what you guys want me to talk about, I'd love to hear them out. And yeah, see you soon. Allah Hafiz.